So y'all, when my boys were in high school, they both played football. And so my house was the house where most of the football players were all the time. Like literally it was nothing for me to have, upwards of 10 young men in my house feeding them and everything. My grocery bill was ridiculous, but it was okay because I knew they were safe and all of their mamas and daddies knew that I was crazy, so their kids were gonna be okay. So I call them the brights. And the higher the bright was, the less smart they were, right? So you had bright, you had brighter, you had brightest, you had brighterest, you had light bright. Austin was white bright. You had brother bright. I mean, it was just a lot of brights. And let me give you an example of why they were named the brights. Now they're all jocks. Remember this. That's the first thing you got to remember. So one day Jamal says to me, Mama, I think my car is low on oil. It's not running right. And I said, you think it's low on oil? I said, well, Jamal, check your oil. Now it's Jamal, it's Bernard, and it's DK. This is bright, brighter, and brightest. That's all I'm gonna say about that, right? No, I'm sorry. This is light bright. So he was like, Jamal, he's like, Mommy, you right. My car did need some oil. So I said, okay, get the car, go get some oil and put in your car. They put in oil in it. So, no, they go to the store, get the oil. So something says Trina go outside and see what these boys are doing because they're supposed to be putting the oil in the car, right? So I go outside and I see Bernard. They've created this little funnel and they're pouring oil into the dipstick portion of the motor. And I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? And Jamal said, we're putting the oil in the car. I said, why are you putting oil in the dipstick? And he says, well, Mama, this is where the oil, you put the oil. And I said, Jamal, don't you see the cap on the top of the motor? He's like, you talking about the one that says 710? So this lets you know what I had to deal with. They were literally putting the oil in the dipstick portion because the cap on the top of the motor says 710. Can't even make this up.